What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson, and I'm back with a new episode of the Horizons Author Lounge. And once again, I'm excited because we have some great, amazing authors who are just making some noise in the literary industry, and not just in the literary industry, but just in life in general, and just doing so many things for the community and so forth. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started and bring on our first guest, Mr. Jonathan Harris.
Hello,
Hello.
hello, hello. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. It has been a while since I have actually been on a show, so I'm excited to get back into the swing of things. Life has been doing some beautiful things for me, so
Nice.
it's just amazing to be able to connect with amazing people like yourself as well as your viewers.
Well, thank you so much for such kind words. And I'm excited about getting started because I was saying before the show started, I was reading over your bio and you were doing so many things. And I just want to touch on all of the different things that you're doing because I just think that they fit so well with the theme of Men's Health Month, which is what we've been highlighting all month. So as you know, we've been highlighting male authors all throughout the month of June, and they've all talked a bit about men's mental health. And I wanted to talk with you. I think you were probably one of the first authors that we invited to do the show. You may not realize that. But I did that just because I was just watching you and I saw all of the great things that you're doing.
Thank you.
And I thought that you would be a great way to just encourage people.
I'm so honored by that. For me, a big thing is that everything I do is rooted in service. I'm not a person who makes decisions or comes up with ideas for monetary gain or status or followers or retweets or any of those things. I'm a person that when I see a need, I try to respond, I try to help, and just really try to be intentional. So that has led me to a lot of beautiful opportunities, such as now publishing several books, being able to take those books, go into school, serve as a mentor to kids, whether that's teaching them about how to publish their own books or even just showing them that as a Black male or a person of color, a Black person, you can publish your own books. That was
Yes.
something big for me growing up because many times required reading was assigned to us, but it was written by people who did not look like us.
What made you decide that you wanted to write books? And I believe that you write children's books.
I do. So 2 out of 4 of my books are specifically for children. I'll show you, like I said earlier, I never keep them too far away from where I am. So this is Growing Gents for young guys, and this is Girls with Pearls for young girls. And I call them my brother-sister twins because the concepts are very similar, but they talk to kids about things like helpfulness, manners, sharing, just different life skills that any teacher, parent, mentor, educator, or anyone who just works with kids can in real time teach them about life skills. So I'll give you an example. On this page here, you see a kangaroo stuffing $1 in his pouch, but it says a gentleman saves his money. So as a little kid, kids can understand financial literacy. That way, when they get older, they'll have better credit. They'll have a
Yeah.
bigger savings account. They can buy homes faster. They can do a lot of those things because what I've learned about kids are extremely smart. Kids are extremely observant. And sometimes as adults, we think that the things we're saying, they're not old enough to learn yet. But guess what? These
Right.
kids today know how to get on your phone, access YouTube, know how to order V-Bucks from those favorite games they play. They're
Yep.
very in those areas. So if they know how to access technology at such a quick rate, then we can introduce things like politeness, punctuality,
Right.
financial literacy, organization. It's never too soon to give life skills. So for me, I've always wanted all of my books to have a purpose to them. There's nothing wrong with the once upon a time narrative that most children's books follow, but
Yeah.
I wanted life skills for kids. I wanted something practical.
You mentioned earlier that you were growing up and you were one of the heavier kids in school.
Yes.
What was it that finally motivated you that you wanted to lose weight? And did that help you to build your self-confidence when it came to other aspects of your life?
Yes, I'll answer your second question first. Losing weight, and not even losing weight from like a number on a scale standpoint, but just being healthier has changed every part of my life. Every part of my life. I had been heavy since I was 9 years old. I'm 33 right now. I'll be 34 in July. Going almost 20 years being obese is hard, especially when it starts in your childhood years, because socially, right, you're not being picked first for any sports teams.
Mm-hmm.
Dating wise, when you're growing up, young ladies and, things like that, she's looking for guys who are a little bit more well built. I didn't have the six pack abs, and at the time I also didn't have the confidence either. So, you're not really like the number one draft pick on the dating market either. Again, it's just a lot of those different social issues really stems from that. And, I've been saying this a lot to people recently, and I've tried to be the change in this area. We don't have curriculum for kids that teaches them about self-identity and positive body image, right? Where we're not necessarily glorifying being unhealthy, but I was a tall kid as well. So I had really bad posture growing up because there weren't enough guys who really were like, hey, be proud to be tall, stand up straight.
Right.
Those tangible things where, hey, your hair texture is beautiful the way it is. You don't need to bleach anything, dye anything, change anything that you don't want to. If you do, that's your prerogative. But being a heavy set kid and a super tall kid, and then combining that with not being affirmed enough, it was very difficult. What finally changed things is that I had a health scare in 2019 where I thought I was actually going to be diabetic.
Mm.
And that just really sent me into a mental frenzy where I'm like, oh my goodness, science has come a long way where should I have gotten diabetes, right? I could have still progressed with my goals, but it would have made things different. More doctor's appointments, more money with medicine and insulin and all of this.
Right.
So, you know, I was just like, I'm tired. And I'm a firm believer that anytime you get tired with a goal, your life starts to change. And then that day forward, I cut out store-bought juice, I cut out soda, I cut out alcohol. I haven't had any of that
You just
since.
cold turkey, just cut it out?
Oh yeah. I
What?
mean, I said I'm done. July 7th, 2019. I was in a Barnes and Noble's cafe. I had a Tropicana orange juice. I looked at my friend. I said, this is the last thing of anything that's not water for a while. And I haven't looked back. So next month, I'll be celebrating 5 years of water only during my meals.
Now,
Thank you.
you mentioned a lot of accolades, but the one you didn't mention is being Mr. Maryland.
Yes. So, Mr. Maryland, that was one of my favorite opportunities to have. So last year, 2023, I had the honor of being the very first Mr. Maryland US United. So I competed in my very first national men's pageant, which was a very different experience from anything that I've ever done. I think that was kind of a compilation of the weight loss and seeing what new opportunities are available to me with this newfound confidence. But
Yes.
as Mr. Maryland, I got to travel to different parts of the county, different parts of the state, and just do service. I'm a suicide prevention instructor, so I taught a lot of workshops to the community on how we can help others. Like you said, this is Men's Health Month. So
Mhm.
for those who may not be aware, men take their lives, die by suicide almost 4 times as much as women do.
Wow.
So helping people understand the statistics and how they can help each other, how they can help themselves and things like that. That was a lot of how I spent my Mr. Maryland time.
Uh, so I know we're running toward the end,
Mhm.
but there
Yeah.
was a question. I don't know if you saw it on the screen from Elisa Daniels McLish. She asked, do you certify people as suicide prevention specialists, and is it a state certification?
Oh, that is such a great question. So it is a national certification. It is through the QPR Institute, and QPR stands for Question, Persuade, Refer. I'm actually going to be looking to host some more events soon. I do them both in person and virtually. I work with organizations. So if an organization ever wants me to come out and do a training, again, that's available both in person and or virtually. However, the organization prefers it be done. The certification is good for 2 years. So, yep.
Okay, now, unfortunately, we are at the end. So if you can hold your books up one more time, so
Absolutely.
we can see them, and then remind us where we can find your books.
So I am on all social media platforms at Author John. That's AUTHORJON. Similar to my website, which is www.authorjohn.com.
Okay, we do have it on the screen for anybody who's looking for it. Alisa is very, very interested in getting that information about the suicide prevention specialist. So
Okay,
I don't
let's
know
connect.
if you can jump on Facebook, maybe shoot her a message.
Yeah, can definitely
Awesome.
do that.
Well, I want to thank you for a great conversation. Congratulations on all you have accomplished. I hope to work with you again. I have the Black History Month Literary Weekend coming up again in February. And I'm putting you on the spot by talking to you about it now.
I
But
would love to.
you know, I can send you the
Love to.
information for it. I'd love to work
Yes.
with you.
Yes, definitely. Likewise. And thank you again for this opportunity. I think it's wonderful that you provide a platform for people to be able to share and connect with your viewership. And again, looking forward to staying connected and doing some more work together in the future.
All right. Thank you. You have a great night, and we
Thank
will
you.
be talking again soon.
All right. Take care.